Hi guys, it's Mark from markkent.com. Today I want to tell you about a TV show I saw recently, and it was a documentary on the multi-billion pounds food industry. Basically the program went into great depths to show that all these big household name food manufacturers are actually ripping us off. And it's not just our money they're stealing from us, it's our health. And I'll tell you why in a second. But if you think about it, all these household names, these giant food brand names, they spend millions and millions of pounds a year to advertise, to tell us how good their food is for us. Now, if you think about it in a logical situation or a logical way, these food companies are trying to make their food so much more cheaper for them to manufacture so they can actually make more profit, which in a business sense is fine, but for our health it's not good at all. So, case in point, one of the household names, you'll know it, they make breakfast cereals, and one of their cereals was basically, they studied it, the scientists in the labs, they got the rats, and they split the rats into 3 different groups. They had one group that just ate rat food with water, a second group ate this well-known breakfast cereal with water, and the third group ate the box that the cereal came in, and they had water as well. Now, over a period of time, the rats that ate the breakfast cereal and the water started to develop schizophrenic tendencies and started to bite each other as well as themselves, and eventually they died. The rats that ate the rat food and that had water, they lived a long, happy life, so happily ever after for those guys. But the rats, the interesting thing is the rats that ate the cardboard box and the water actually lived longer than the ones eating this cereal. Now, when the scientists dissected the rats and they looked and checked them out and seen why they died, they basically were malnourished. And they also had like insulin resistance, so they were becoming diabetic as well. And the thing is, you've got all these food manufacturers, they're taking the grain. So if we look at corn, for instance, they take corn and they boil it and they make it into a big massive slurry in a big pot. From there they throw it through this machine called an extruder, where it basically takes all the goodness out of the corn in the first place. They then spray it with chemicals as they make it into them golden flakes. On top of those chemicals they spray artificial vitamins, and then they spray other stuff on top to actually seal the vitamins in. And this second process actually removes the vitamins in the first place. So you end up eating nothing. And that's why the rats died. There was more nutrition in the actual cardboard box than there was in the cornflakes. So what I found is when I get my clients into the gym and we go through their health questionnaire and we're looking at their health and their fitness and the general feelings, most of these guys are feeling run down, lethargic and tired because they're starting the day with breakfast cereals that are supposed to be good for us. When we take that out and we're putting fresh food that's high in protein, natural carbohydrates and some healthy oils, people not only they feel better, but they're actually dropping fat quite quick, because instead of being full of junk and toxic foods, we're now healthy, so the body's functioning better and it's actually able to get rid of the fat instead of holding on to stuff. Okay, so I mean, the scary thing is though, all these cereal companies, they market mainly to children. So if it's not good enough for rats to survive on, how can we feed our children this stuff? So to me, if you're feeding your cereals to kids, it's not very good at all. Basically because the children are obviously not getting the vitamins, the minerals, and they're just malnourished, and then they're obviously going to have attention disorders at school, and they're not going to grow properly, and a whole host of problems as they get older. So top tip from me is start your day with breakfast, but proper food. Stay away from pre-packaged stuff. After all, they spent so much money telling us how good it is for us. It probably isn't. And I mean, if you want a real healthy food, look at things that are not in packages. When was the last time you saw an apple being marketed as healthy? It doesn't need to be, because it is. Same with fruits, vegetables. All these things are healthy, and they don't need anything doing to them to become healthy. So I just thought I'd share that with you. I do go into greater detail about processed foods in the Eat Smart nutrition guide that I've wrote. That's available on the website for you to download. So check it out if you want. And my name's Mark from markkent.com.